Welcome to Reduce Your Stress with Tim Ringgold. I'm a board-certified music therapist, author, and expert on how to use music to relieve stress fast. This episode of Reduce Your Stress with Tim Ringgold is sponsored by Dr. Nisi, trainer and certifier of master and executive coaches, because she believes every person, every relationship, every business, and your finances should be extraordinary. Find out more about Dr. Nisi Moore and the Life Coaching Institute at www.drnisi.com. That's DRNEECIE.com. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Reduce Your Stress with Tim Ringgold. It's so great to be with you, and I'm so glad you're here. As a skier growing up in Connecticut, fresh powder is a term I grew up hearing about, but never experienced. Because when you ski the Berkshires, which is the mountains in Connecticut and Massachusetts, you don't get fresh powder too often. It's just not a thing. So when I'd watch Warren Miller ski films and see the skiers out west skiing fresh powder, it looked magical. There was this blank slate of a hill just waiting for that lucky skier, and they were free to move in whatever direction they chose all the way down the mountain. All routes were possible. Well, yesterday, I completed my first of 6 sessions of ketamine therapy to help me with my depression. During my consultation, the nurse practitioner explained the neurological benefits of ketamine using the skiing fresh powder analogy. He said, imagine you have all these ski tracks in your brain. Those are ingrained patterns of thought, emotion, and behavior. Now imagine a fresh snowfall. And imagine that fresh powder temporarily filling in those tracks. In the 2 to 4 days following treatment, ketamine triggers the release of chemicals in your brain that essentially do just that. This allows you to more easily carve new tracks in the snow. Change direction with less effort because you're not stuck in a rut, so to speak. We know that the term neuroplasticity means that the brain can literally change shape over time. And ketamine creates a window of time where the brain is more malleable than normal. So new patterns of thought, emotion, and behavior can be established during that time. I'm really excited about this because the treatment is once a week for 6 weeks, which essentially gives me a 6-week window where I can really create some serious positive change in the way my brain works. For those of you that don't know my story, I have a documented 18 concussions, with 6 of them occurring between 2016 and 18 alone. I was diagnosed with a mild traumatic brain injury, which has exacerbated issues related to emotional regulation, memory, and focus. So I've been on a journey to continue to heal my brain with as many cutting-edge therapies I can find. And during January's Reduce Your Stress Summit, we had a ketamine therapy expert speak, and it opened my eyes to some exciting and very promising research. I'm now looking to 2022 with so much hope. It's like I'm standing at the top of a ski run, and there's nothing but fresh powder in front of me. So, sit back, relax, enjoy the mountain vibe of this view, and I'll see you on the other side. Thanks so much for checking out this episode of Reduce Your Stress with Tim Ringgold. I've got a couple of resources for you, which you can find in the show notes or you can listen to right here. So check it out. If you enjoy the sound of my voice and you enjoy the sound of my guitar, imagine them put together. Go to sonicrecovery.com and take your very own relaxation vacation, where I take you out of the stress of the present moment and back in time to a time when you felt happy, healthy, safe, and sober, and then walk you through that memory so you can bring back those feelings into the challenges you're facing today. So go check that out. It's at sonicrecovery.com. If you're a healthcare worker in recovery, check out the Music in Recovery Self-Care Guide for Healthcare Professionals that I created just for you. That's at hcp.sonicrecovery.com. And if you're a healthcare worker and you'd like more information about how to help your patients use music, you can check out the Music Medicine Guide that I created just for you at musicmedicineguide.com. Lastly, if you enjoyed the pod and you haven't done it yet, would you just take a minute to rate and review it? It really only takes about 60 seconds, believe it or not, and it would go a long way to help us make more people know just how good this pod is, particularly for healthcare workers and their stress. Thanks again. See you next time.